First of all, I want to thank all the parents that are here because I feel a lot less alone than I did last year at this time, because I started doing a lot of my own research, and 3,200 minutes is the basic minimum amount of time that was given in testing for a 7 or 8-year-old. That's 53.3 hours of testing, which was taken away from my child's education to learn something beneficial to make him a well-rounded individual and a good standing member of the community. Testing that is grading his teacher, grading their peers, and things that don't really matter in life. And I think that the education process needs to be put back into the hands of the teacher, the educator. This company is not making any one of us any better, or our children any better. It's taking a lot of money. It's taking my hard-earned money, because I'm going to be honest, I'm in healthcare. I've got the other spectrum. I'm looking at healthcare reform. I've got 24 years under my belt, and we could sit here and talk about that. The education that's going on right now and the healthcare that's going on right now are like one and the same. It's sad. I'm just going to tell you really quick, I know we're pressed for time and people would really like to get home. When the testing came up last year, I have 2 children, and I started asking a lot of questions. My kids were coming home, I'm being tested in gym, I'm being tested in art, and I'm being tested, I have to do bubbles and this and that. I thought, you're crazy. So I started asking some pretty hard questions, and I said, yeah, we have to take SLOs and APPRs, and then I thought this was a little peculiar. So I started asking questions, the teachers started informing me, and then I started going outside and doing my own research. And I went to the principal and the teacher, and I said, why are we doing this? The state says we have to do it. I said, okay, I can respect that. I said, well, why? Well, because we've got to get these scores in. We've got to get these ELAs and these math scores, and if we don't get it, we're going to lose funding, and then we're going to lose this program and that program. What if my child doesn't take the test? You can't do that. Well, why can't I? You can't do that. If you do that, your child can't come to school for 12 days. Really? I thought it was my civil right for my child to go to school. So I didn't argue. I did not want to be adversarial. My sister works for a law firm. I contacted an attorney, and I served the district with papers. Not to be nasty, not to be a terrible person, but to make a point. 27 hours of labor, that's my child, it's my rules, and I will decide if he takes a test or if he doesn't take a test. I'm going to be honest. When I started looking into refusals and if this was a good thing or a bad thing, it was probably the hardest decision of my life, because I did not, under any circumstances, want to teach my child, hey, the going gets rough, you don't have to do it. It was hard, and any parent that is sitting here and is listening or knows a parent that's chosen to take their child out of that environment, it's hard. It's not an easy decision, because you are singling out your child. When I did that, I started getting hate mail. Started getting mail, the anonymous mail, that I was hurting the district by taking their state, their state funding away. Their Title I funding away from their schools, because I chose to do what's best for my child. I had him in academic interventional services because his math was poor and his scores went down. He started to fail. I started to ask questions. They told me, I'm really, really sorry, Mrs. Dellave, but we have to do this. The state tells us we have to give him 3 or 4 different ways to answer a problem in one day before he's even mastered the concept as 8 years old. So I pulled him out. Want him out. Well, you can't do that. Oh, yes, I can. I now have nasty letters from the district that say that I have to sign this so I can put it as permanent file because I refused my child help. I also refused services until the teacher deemed fit that he needed it. My child's on an honor roll now, less than 1 year later. What's wrong with the system? I stand here before you, I could go on, I've got such testimony that could probably make you sick to your stomach. I'm also to the point when I call the schools about finding a way to keep my child's personal health information away from them. They told me I can't do that. I said, show me the law that says that I have to give it to you. Show me the law that says that you need my child's weight to give him a quality education. I got no reply. So I pulled it. I pulled everything. I asked them what they share. I sat down with the director of elementary education and I said, what did I sign that gave you the permission to share this information? Oh, well, you don't have to sign anything. We're just allowed to do it. Okay. So when you come into the hospital and I'm taking care of you, can I go share your personal information? Oh, well, you can't do that. There's a double standard here. And basically, if you think about healthcare, you take your kids, you take one of your family members into the doctor's office and you say, what's going on with my child? And they tell you. They expect us to have our children go to school, take these tests, and we say, what's going on with my children? They don't know because they're not allowed to know. That's a crime. So I'm asking you, I'm begging you, I think everybody's begging you, especially when it comes to the childhood safety of their information, please develop a plan that allows the parents to sign off saying no. If other people want us to share their information, that's their business. But please give the parents that feel so strongly against it an option to say no. My child. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Wendy. I appreciate that some great suggestions there too.